So, I am rebuilding my portfolio for 2025 and I've decided to document the process to provide a behind the scenes sort of look at the whole process and how I do things basically. So, let's get into it. I have the site open here in Framer, the current site, and we're just going to look at some things that need to be changed in this current site. As you can see, it's not that bad. It looks okay. I think it's held up over time, but there are some changes that need to be made, definitely. I mean, this looks almost exactly like an Apple page on the Apple website, and I just don't think my design style is set up that way anymore. So we're gonna have to change things. I built this site in 2024, the beginning of 2024, and this is basically what landed me my job at my agency. So, I mean, served its purpose and yeah, showcased my work as well as I knew how at the time. Anyways, let's get into some issues. So, issue number 1, the design style. As you can see, this website is heavily inspired by Apple's design language, and unfortunately, I just don't roll that way anymore. I was super into it at the start of the year, but as time went on, I've seen a lot more styles, and I've sort of matured my taste as well, or I'd like to think so at least. So, yeah, we're gonna update the design style to fit my current style, current brand identity, the way I position myself, and the type of work I do. None of it is too similar to this, so we're gonna try to realign things and give the user an idea of the kind of work that I'm gonna do, or the kind of work that I'm currently doing now. So, issue number 2, technology. I built this site using Framer, which is a no-code platform, as I'm sure many of you know. I've moved on from this sort of type of website. It's heavily focused on simplicity and just simple marketing. I've moved on to things that are a little more interactive, a little more dynamic, maybe things that are more CMS based, a little more, interactive, I'd say. So I'm pretty sure for the next website I'll be using Webflow, and I can use custom code, custom JavaScript libraries, custom hover animations with GSAP, custom scroll animations with scroll trigger. All of that kind of stuff is going to be super useful, and I'm looking forward to using that in the next website. So issue number 3, interactivity. As you can see on this website, we have some hover animations, some scroll animations, but that's about it. Things don't get too dynamic, they don't get too interactive, and I'm looking forward to having some of that in the newer website, something a bit more advanced, a bit more captivating. So it also ties in to the technology side of things, where on Framer you are just limited to these hover animations or scroll animations and some very limited text animations, whereas if you go custom code or if you go Webflow with custom code, then you can implement all sorts of GSAP based animations. You can even use Framer motion, which I don't know anything about, but you could if you wanted to. So yeah, we're gonna be getting a lot more interactive in the next site, and I'm gonna take you guys through how I manage all of those animations and interactions and libraries and things like that, which is gonna be cool because it's always room for error. So I thought it would be cool to go through some of the references that I collected while I was shaping the ideas for the next version. And over here we have one of the legends of the game, Aristide Benoit. His site is obviously, running super slow. There we go. His site is obviously one of the biggest inspirations in this entire industry as a whole. He's essentially just the top guy, and this is now going to be a huge inspiration for the next one in terms of design and interactivity. You have keyboard interactivity, and It's just super cool. So this is one of the top references I have for the next one. Probably not going to be on this level, but this is what we're aiming for at least. And then here we have Studio Malvo, which is actually a South African design and development studio. They have a sick website, as I'm sure you can see. And I really like the design. Maybe less interactivity, but the design on the site is super nice. So I'm definitely going to be taking cues from them when I'm designing the next version of my site. Let's take a look at this menu as well. Nice little drop down. And let's check out the studio. Sick design. Nice typography and all of that. Yeah, so I'm going to be looking at these when it comes to the design and maybe some of the animations and interactivity for the next website. These guys are obviously masters of the game, so we're going to take whatever we can from them and implement it in our own way so that we can get something as impactful, hopefully, as this. Anyways, so I hope you guys enjoyed this little walkthrough of the current website and diagnosing some issues with it. In the next episode, I'll be getting hands-on with Figma, designing some initial layouts and talking through the process, as well as some of the strategy behind everything, keeping mobile in mind and certain animations and interactions. So hopefully that video comes out soon. Anyways, thank you for watching.